Today's program is sponsored by The Anthony Vincent Salon. Say hello to beautiful.
Fashion, music, wellness.
And don't forget sex.
Mostly sex.
If it's trending, they'll be talking about it. Trend Radio is right here.
And right now, I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
And we always have something great to say.
Because it's us. So stay tuned.
You'll be glad you did. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning, Anthony.
This week in history, February 27th, the FCC was created.
Yes, it was created. Actually, just so you know, it was created, but the law was actually passed for the Federal Communications Commission June 19th, 1934, by President Franklin D. Roosevelt.
You were just a baby then.
Yeah. Do you know, actually, 1934, that was actually the year that my mother was born.
I knew it was somebody that looked like you.
June 27th. So she was actually not even born yet when this was done. Isn't that amazing? But you know what's so crazy about this? This act is regulating interstate and foreign commerce in communication by wire and radio. It's just such an unbelievable thing. And I mean, I know you have some ideas about it.
Well,
your own ideas.
Yeah, you know, I didn't know that. I thought the FCC was created so that you couldn't say nipple sucker.
Okay, then. And there you have it. Straight from the mouth of Anthony Vincent.
Well, getting on. Well, we can't say those words, but we can tell you our fun facts, our fun and fabulous facts about semen and sperm.
Okay,
we can talk about that.
That's what we talk about a lot. We talk a lot about semen and sperm.
Yes, we do, because these are studies that were done, and this is information straight from the doctor's office.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I know.
Now,
it's good stuff here.
Did you know that sperm that is not ejaculated gets broken down and reabsorbed back into the body?
I did not know that.
Yep.
So wait a second. So if let's just say you're about to have an orgasm, but something stops and you don't. So the sperm doesn't come out. There's no ejaculation. There's no orgasm. So it just kind of seeps back inside and waits for the next time?
Well,
is that how it goes?
If a man has an inactive sex life, what happens is that sperm is stored up inside his body, and without being released, it will eventually die and be reabsorbed into his body, almost like horse manure spread throughout a cornfield.
Oh, what a way to put that.
But
there's a but.
Yes. Sperm can live up to 5 days inside a vagina.
Really?
Yeah, well, depending on how friendly the vagina is.
Or how, maybe how friendly the sperm is.
On average, sperm live about 24 to 48 hours inside a friendly vagina.
A friendly vagina?
Yes.
Okay.
Sperm can live up to 5 days before perishing.
Oh.
But in contrast, bat sperm can live up to 145 days.
Bat sperm?
Bat sperm.
Okay, and so do you need the bat sperm?
No,
for something?
I don't. I'm just saying.
What is this about?
Well, you heard of Batman, and he's incredibly macho.
Oh, you know what? So his sperm is just better than anybody else's, Batman's. Personally, I'll bet you Superman's sperm is even better.
You got to be careful, because Superman's sperm can knock you into the ceiling.
Yeah, you know what? I think I know that. I think I understand that.
And last but not least, sperm takes about 75 days to grow into the testes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
You know, just like men are expected to make money, they're always making sperm too. About 1,500 sperm per second.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. See, I think that's amazing. That's amazing. That, you know,
that
one
any guy
man
can do anything.
Well, one
for every second.
No. That one man could fertilize the world. You know, and that's the truth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
we talked about that, and that's amazing how much sperm one man has. You know, if it's a healthy guy and a healthy man and a healthy sperm and whatever, you know, it's like amazing to me.
Repopulate the world.
Yeah, with one guy. Huh. Hope it's a good guy.
Oh, we got a story up our sleeve today, Elise.
We do.
Yes, we know, and we're going to share some sex tricks that work best in the wintertime.
Oh, yes. It's just been so cold.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just freezing, and I feel just so, like, rough and patchy and dry and, ugh.
Well, if you're too cold to shed your clothes to get busy, these tips will get you in the mood for love when you're snowbound and think you'd rather be drinking hot cocoa.
Ooh, sounds nice.
But first, I got a question.
Okay.
Alrighty. Are your tampons toxic?
Are my tampons toxic or...
Mike, how about yours? Are your tampons toxic?
No.
No.
Not that I own any.
Okay, you know, I mean, I've heard of toxic shock syndrome,
Oh, yes.
you know, and, you know, from wearing tampons. So let's talk about this.
Alrighty. Well, you know, and I know it's a squeamish topic, you know, but it really is important to every woman out there.
It is.
That's right. If
That is
if you have a uterus, you've had a period. And if you've had a period, chances are you used a pad or a tampon.
Absolutely. There's no way around it any other way. There is no other way.
Well, you know, they are convenient products and they're purchased and used monthly without a second thought because they're so ingrained in our society.
You know, it's just refreshing to hear you having this conversation.
Well, you know, women...
You're just the man of many flavors.
Women are my life.
Yeah.
And I want to serve and protect in every way that I can.
Ooh. He's like the police of women.
Well, we here at Trend Radio know you never hear this kind of stuff.
That is true.
And we want to shed some light on the possible dangers of pads and tampons.
Yes, we do.
That's right.
We do.
So that you can make an informed decision before it's too late.
You know what? I think that's really important. Always have enough knowledge to make an informed decision for yourself. Absolutely. I agree. Knowledge
is power.
I say that all the time. I guess that's where you heard it.
I knew I heard it somewhere, yes. Well, you know, the chronic regular use of these chemical-laden menstrual products.
You know what's amazing to me? It's amazing that there are chemicals and crazy things in pads and tampons. I mean, let's face it, okay? It's a yucky, ewy, gooey mess, and that's the truth. I'm just,
the subject or the tampon?
Both. No, not the tampon. The whole getting your period. It's absolutely positively gross. It is. I mean, awful. You feel crappy, you feel bloated, you feel crampy, and then beyond that, you're bleeding? Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, I am so happy I'm just starting menopause. Right
yeah.
Now. I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'm happy for you also. But then to find out that the products that you're using to maintain cleanliness and to maintain, you know, so that you don't actually leak all over your pretty clothing, these products have chemicals in them.
That's right.
What is that?
And they can really have some very poor and unexpected effects on your well-being, including your cervical health and your fertility and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. There's been a lot of people, a lot of women who have had a lot of issues.
Do you know what pads and tampons are made of?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Mike, do you know what tampon is made out of?
I don't know, but I have a feeling it might be similar to some kind of diaper stuff, right?
Yeah, could be. Well, I'm going to tell you.
Diaper stuff. That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
That's man talk.
Yeah.
That's man
That's
talk.
very
Diaper stuff.
Yeah. You know. I'm just the producer. I don't have all the info.
That was good.
You're not just a producer. You are the guy that gets this stuff out there and gets it out there clear.
No matter what it is, even diaper stuff.
I was going to say, if we're talking about getting stuff out there, that's what the ladies are doing in the pads right there. So.
Ooh. Okay, then. All right. So what are they actually? I know that they're not 100% cotton. That's for sure.
Well, research. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
That's before the tampon. Research indicates that the membranes of the vagina and the vulva are 10 times more absorbent than regular skin.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Now, even though sanitary items spend a lot of time in contact with one of the most sensitive and vulnerable areas of a woman's body, we really don't have any idea of what they're made of.
And so you're going to tell me what they're made of, right, kind sir?
Oh, of course I am. And I'm going to tell you why you have no idea of what they're made of.
I will. I'm waiting here to find out.
Okay.
Come on.
That's because the FDA classes tampons as a medical device.
Really?
Yes.
So that means just because they put it in there, out there, that it's a medical device, they don't have to share exactly what it is?
The ingredients do not need to be written on the package or revealed to the public.
You know, that's very interesting because the thing is that and I'm going to sound very, very vulgar here, but I have to just say it. We put this inside us. We put this right up against us. Why is that information not available? Because
the FDA is not here to protect you. It's to protect the big companies.
You know, that's a very scary thing. I guess that's just like what you said, diaper stuff. I wonder if we know what's in those diapers. And that's probably the reason why so many women went to, instead of using, I don't want to say any of the name brands, but diapers, using the cloth diapers and then washing them themselves or having a service.
Oh, well, wait a minute. I'm going to get to the cloth diapers too.
Okay, I'm sure you are, but that's if that's the same type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yes.
Okay, I'll let you continue with your study.
Well,
oh, look at him. He's all big and bold right now. Talking
the
about
powers
this.
that be here on the Jersey and our keen researchers right here at Trend Radio, we have been able to divulge some of the key ingredients that make up pads and tampons.
Oh, you see, I'm not privy to this information.
Well, if you knew it, we couldn't talk about it. We got to talk about stuff.
I know. You like to keep me in the know, but not really. I have to find out the same day. Okay.
That's right. That's how we do it here at Trend.
Okay.
Alrighty. Chlorine.
Chlorine? They put chlorine?
Yes.
Chlorine in a pad and in a tampon. Well, no wonder everybody gets a rash.
Mm-hmm. The chlorine is used to bleach the paper and the cotton in the menstrual products so that they appear clean and white.
You know what's so interesting about that? If you recall, we did another show where they actually bleach rice. They bleach all kinds of different paper and all kinds of toilet paper. They bleach these things so that it is white. What difference does it make? We wouldn't care so much if it was a different color because that's what we would have been used to.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? So why would you use something so unnatural and harsh to put against our skin? Well,
what makes it worse is that chlorine can create other chemicals called dioxin and trihalomethane right in the bodies. And studies indicate that dioxin can contribute to hormone disruption, abnormal cell and tissue growth. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency has determined that there is no safe level of exposure to dioxin.
That's very interesting. So while we women and young girls, because understand when you get your period how old you actually are, you're anywhere from, unfortunately, 9 to 12. So little girls and women up until, your 50s are you, and then even afterwards, because there are all kinds of issues sometimes that you're using these for. So you're using something that has something in it that's going to create a hormone issue when you're dealing with a hormonal issue from actually having your period. So it's creating all kinds of things. That's amazing. And the FDA is okay with this. And then wait. I'm not even done.
No, you're not.
Not even. So you're also taking medication to go against what this is creating, the hormonal issue, and the crampy, bloaty feeling that you have from having your period. So you're taking medication to feel better and creating, by wearing these pads and tampons and whatnot. Oh my God, this is horrifying.
Mike, this is why us guys don't have a chance.
But you know what? You think about this for just a minute. How uncomfortable do you think that is? It's awful.
We don't have a chance. We don't have a chance.
But how uncomfortable do you think this should be? That's terrible.
It is.
I wonder who.
I feel for you.
Yeah, I see it in your face. You feel really bad.
I do.
Okay.
And you know what's even worse?
What's worse?
The dioxin accumulates in the fatty tissues and breast milk. So you could be passing these things.
Well, then you
your
are. So if
children.
it's in your breast milk and you're breastfeeding, then you're giving this to your baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Well, I got another one for you that's going to set you off.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I'm ready.
There are concerns around the cotton used to make the pads and the tampons.
Why?
Well, it's interesting
Oh my God.
to know that about 94% of the cotton in the United States is genetically modified.
Are you kidding me? So they're using GMOs in this as well?
The cotton.
So you're putting this in the most sensitive area of your body, inside where you're absorbing it right into your bloodstream?
That's right. And it could be absorbed in your body, the genetically modified organisms, through that thin membrane of the vagina. Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely horrendous. Are you kidding? That is disgusting.
And I never knew this.
That is disgusting.
It's a
I
good
didn't
thing
know
we
this
got-
either.
We got a great team over here at the Jersey. That's
That
for
is
sure.
disgusting.
And, you know, I'm sure you know this, that many of the menstrual products, you know, contain fragrance or...
That I know, of
or
course.
odor blockers.
Yes.
And they are very well-known hormone disruptors. They contribute to fertility problems and other illnesses of the reproductive organs.
So, you know, all of this is going to, anything that you're doing now, because it's so unnatural, it's going to alter anything important in your system as well.
Yeah.
Wow. That's really awful.
The you talked about toxic shock. Now, most of us don't even know what toxic shock is, but fortunately, I'm going to tell you. These pads and tampons really can alter your healthy bacteria, and that are living in or on the skin and the mucous membranes as well. Now, toxic shock syndrome, that's a result of one of these changes where tampons cause micro tears in the vaginal tissue, and they create an environment where the harmful bacteria thrive. Now, this rare but dangerous syndrome arises from poisons that are produced by the Staphylococcus or Streptococcus bacteria that invade the pelvic area.
Basically, also, what they're saying, too, they always say that don't leave the tampon in for too long a period of time. Basically, because of this.
Because of that.
Yeah, because of this. But, you know, and that's another thing. You know, let's just say you're on a train, the train breaks down. There's no way to go to the bathroom. There's no way to remove that. You know what I mean? And so, you know, for hours, you're sitting there in that. And that's so unbelievable to me that shouldn't be like that. It just shouldn't be. How could they? I mean, I don't even understand. And it's all about money.
Of course it is.
It goes right down to money.
That's right.
That's just, it's so, so sad. So, so sad.
Well, one thing I'm going to tell you right now is I will never use a tampon. Ever. How about you, Mike?
Good for you. I think I swore them off a long time ago.
All righty, good for you. I'm proud of you. Now,
Yeah, I'm glad that you guys think that's hilarious.
This is a very serious subject.
It is very serious.
I'll find alternatives.
Yeah. That you'll find alternatives
Yes,
for your
yes,
period?
yes.
Good, I'm so
And
glad.
you know I get it.
Yes, I do know.
Yes, you do know.
Yeah. Yeah, not really, but
Well,
it is actually a very serious situation.
Of course it is.
And it should be addressed.
Yeah, and as if menstrual products aren't enough to worry about, now we have to think about the pros and the cons of spandex underwear.
Oh, okay. So what are the pros and cons of spandex?
Well,
You know, I have to just say one thing about spandex. Spandex can be fantastic.
of course.
Spandex can hold in an unsightly bulge that we ladies like to cover. But the thing is that there are a lot of allergies with spandex. A lot. And so you can break out. You can get a rash from spandex, all kinds of things. I just know. I know that.
You know these things.
Well, yeah. But I actually like spandex.
Do you have Spanx?
I do have Spanx. You know, I had this dress that, this full-length fitted black velvet dress.
Sounds very sexy.
It's a very beautiful, very sexy, hot dress. The thing is that you have to be, you cannot have, it shows everything. It's velvet. It shows every bulge. You have to wear Spanx. I do anyway. Have to wear, no matter how thin I would ever get in my entire life, I still have, a little something here and a something there. So you got to wear something. And Spanx it is.
Alrighty. Well, spandex was first developed in 1959.
Okay.
And it became popular in the 60s as an alternative to rubber.
Okay.
And during its early years, it was mostly used in ladies' undergarments.
Sure.
And that's right. It wasn't only till the 90s that somebody invented the Spanx and made millions upon millions of dollars.
Well, you know how women can be. Oh, am I fat? Do I look fat? Do I look this? Do I?
No, you look beautiful. You look perfect.
So
That's always the answer, gentlemen. You look fabulous.
Yeah. But the thing is that, that's a question that we ask because that's always put out there. It's always put out there. The magazines, everything, everybody looks flawless. I mean, those ladies are airbrushed. So, there's no chance if you're just, a natural woman trying to look beautiful. So you want to wear a Spanx. You want to wear Spanx so that when you're putting on your velvet dress that's fitted, you don't see anything else other than smooth.
Well, these days, the spandex is used in all sorts of garments, not necessarily underwear, but bike shorts and exercise wear,
leggings,
as well as underwear and stockings.
Yeah,
and there are some advantages to spandex.
Okay.
Alrighty, spandex underwear is very stretchy. It fits better because it molds to your skin.
Yes.
And if your weight fluctuates slightly, you don't have to toss it out.
That is correct.
That's right. It stretches.
That's nice.
With you.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunately for spandex fans, there's a lot more cons than there are pros.
Oh, so do share.
Right. Okay. Well, you don't even think of this, but there's quite an environmental impact.
Oh, I'll bet you're right. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because based on what spandex is actually made of, yeah. That is awful. I'm sure that's loaded with chemicals.
That's right. It's a polymer fabric that stretches like rubber. And the process of making this material requires raw materials along with toxic chemicals.
Wow.
And these chemicals not only leach into the environment, impacting groundwater, wildlife, and soil, but they also may be inhaled or absorbed directly into the body, just like the tampons.
Huh. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Do you know some people are allergic to spandex?
Yes, that I do know. I was saying before, you can get a rash definitely from spandex or from any kind of material like that. I know that.
Yeah, that's due, especially if they have chemical sensitivity.
Sure.
Their skin becomes irritated.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I myself, I'm very sensitive to a lot of different things, and some things that I've worn, some bras have had different types. There's different levels, and depending on, I mean, different materials and that kind of thing. And I've actually broken out from different bras or different panties over the years. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Well, and not only can you get rashes from that, but wearing spandex underwear increases the chances of developing yeast infections or urinary tract infections.
Now, that is absolutely the truth because it's non-breathable.
That's right.
However, that is the reason why they do make with spandex panties and, nylon panties and all of these panties that, again, use non-breathable material, they have a cotton panty liner.
That's right. The cotton is a GMO.
Correct.
Product. Yes.
I'm sure that it is. However, that's where the breathable part comes in. You do not, and I tell this always to everybody, do not wear panties that do not have a cotton liner. You can't. You can't wear, when you're wearing your Spanx or you're wearing anything like that, you can't wear, I understand that you're saying what you're saying about the cotton, but you still can't wear nylon or spandex against your skin like that and not have anything breathable.
Well, it's actually not that it's breathing because the cotton is against the spandex. It's less of the breathing issue and more of the wicking properties. And wicking means it does poorly when it comes to absorbing moisture on the skin. And that's what the cotton liner is for the absorption.
Huh.
So.
Hey, you got me there.
Well, no, I didn't mean to. I was just.
Oh no, it's fine.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Because you're putting a breathable material next to an unbreathable one.
Sure.
So it's more for the absorption of the moisture, because you get irritated genitals and.
So let me ask you something.
Which is why guys like boxers. They're loose and breathable.
So let me ask you something then. Not all boxers are, though. Have you seen some of them lately? They're just adorable. They're sexy as hell and they're tight. But aside from that, what do you do? Do you just go free then? You just don't wear panties? You don't wear pretty lacy panties? You don't wear... Victoria's Secret would go out of business. So what do you do? I'm at a loss then as what we should do because where are we going to get, honestly, where are we going to get pretty little panties that don't have chemicals then?
That is a great question. And let's put that out there to our listeners and have them email us, give us ideas, and if we read them on the radio, they will get
a $50 gift certificate to Anthony
$50? Oh,
to Anthony
Lord,
Vincent
you couldn't
Salon.
do a $10 gift certificate? It's got to be a $50?
Listen, I'm sorry.
Okay, $10 gift certificate.
But here's the thing. There is absolutely no way that I would be attached to a $10 gift certificate.
Oh, brother.
I said 50.
Mike, can you cut that out? Can you?
I said 50. $50 gift certificate. And ladies?
What she says goes.
Yeah.
Any one of you. Yeah. Who's the boss of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Any one of you that get back to me, and I'll give you as many as you can give me.
Oh,
yeah, as many as you want.
I can't breathe over here. I can't breathe.
I love this. It's so much fun. That's just great fun.
I
Who
guess
do you love?
You
love me.
You
love your co-host. Come on.
Yeah.
Say it.
Yeah, I can.
Come on, say it.
I'm
I'm gonna give away more money.
Oh, God, I love my co-host. I love co-host. I love her. Oh, here you go. This is proof that men do think differently about everything. Everything we think differently about, including a first date.
Oh, yeah. First dates.
Yeah, and
I remember first dates. Oh, God.
you do?
Yeah, I had a few first dates. Well, you have to have a first date in order to have a relationship. There had to be a first.
You got a point there.
There had to be a first. And sometimes it's, with whatever your first is, sometimes it could be a little awkward. Sometimes it could just be a little funny. Oh, God. Funny. Yeah.
Well,
Wait. I have to just say, remember our first show?
Oh, yes.
There's a first for everything,
That's
Anthony.
right. Our first show, one big long sentence.
Yes, it was. God, we worked so hard on it, too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. All right, so go on.
Alrighty. So, being in the beauty industry and us both working in the salons, we hear all the time, I got a date. Fix my hair. Mara, show me how to do a smoky eye. Oh, Elise, please squeeze me in for that manicure. I can't go. Well, women agonize over finding an outfit that is stylish and trendy for that first date.
Absolutely.
As much as their makeup and their hair and their nails.
Just so you know, I think women agonize over finding the perfect outfit and having their hair, nails, and skin and makeup look flawless no matter what they're doing. First date, second date, event, function, wherever they're going, women agonize.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so it's not just the first date, but I mean, they do because they want to make a flawless impression.
Well, I got to tell you, gals, men are a little bit behind in recognizing women's trends. Of course, you do want to look your best. That's for sure.
Some men know. Some men know. Some don't.
Well, but generally speaking.
Okay. All right. Speaking from this man's voice.
Yes.
This man.
That means your outfit might actually send confusing signals to a man's brain if he doesn't automatically trigger the familiar feminine style.
So if he doesn't understand what you're wearing.
That's
right.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
It is your feminine qualities that attract him.
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay.
You've got my ear.
Alrighty. So ask the guy after a date what you were wearing, and you'll be astonished about how little he remembers.
Huh. How interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very interesting. That is so interesting.
And I think we need to do that.
I think you're absolutely right. That is going to be something that we're going to work on because that's interesting.
And I think maybe, and I don't know if we could do this with singles or marrieds. Say, did you see your girlfriend this morning? Did you see
We can do this with anything, with anyone.
And we'll compare the men and the women.
Exactly. Let's do a study. You know what? I'm going to work on this for the next few weeks.
Okay.
I'm going to work on this and come up with something. And then next month, we'll come out with this.
Okay.
We're going to do this study with men and women. And it's perfect. I can do this right in the salon because we have so many different age groups that come in and so many different people that come in. And we can actually do our own study about men and women and how men feel about what their woman is wearing or what ladies are wearing in general. I can't wait.
We can give a sample of that right now. Mike, when is the last time you were with, recently, a
lady friend?
A lady friend. Maybe. I don't know. You don't have a steady girlfriend now.
No, not yet. No.
Okay. So when was the last gal you kind of liked that you hung out with?
Last week, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was she wearing?
Well, the main thing I remember was her shoes. She wore these black flats, and then I remember she had on. They weren't like jeans. I guess you call them jeggings, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they were like the navy blue color like jeggings, and then her shirt. I do remember was kind of like it was colder outside, and I remember she had like a green sweater, but I paid more attention to the scarf. So the sweater's kind of like I don't fully remember what it looked like. I just remember it was kind of sweatery, but I remember her scarf. It was like very thin and flowy, And I just remember that. Yeah.
Now,
was-
how wonderful was that? He remembered exactly what this girl was wearing.
yeah, I think he might be gay.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think what
Well,
happened
wait a
was
minute. The
But I'm also
jeggings.
single. I think since I'm single, I pay attention to what they're wearing
I
sometimes.
think-
But wait a minute. How did she look in those jeggings?
She looked pretty good. Yeah.
And
See,
were
but-
they like a tight fit?
well,
Yeah, they
jeggings
were a
are
tighter fit.
jeggings
Yeah, they
are
were a
jean
tight fit.
leggings.
Yeah,
that's
yep.
why they're called jeggings.
I know that, but not our listeners.
Oh,
So,
I get what you're saying.
so what you saw, I'm surprised you even knew what a jegging was. But
Okay, what's
so what
really
you-
scaring me is that you do, and you're asking him if he's gay. Okay,
No, I didn't know what jeggings were. That's why I asked.
you just said you did. You knew. Oh,
I-
you know what? You're getting all twisted up in your words again, Anthony.
Yeah, it's all for the show. It's all for the show. All right, so now I'm going to explain why you remembered. Because her feminine qualities were what attracted you. Those jeggings were tight, curving or hugging her curves, making her legs look longer. And because they're tight and thinner, those feminine qualities that she possessed is what you remember. And you just happen to know what a jegging is.
So I'm curious. So then, is that the case with every man and woman?
No,
Then?
of course not with every man. There
Okay.
are always exceptions.
Okay.
But anything.
But what about the frumpy girl then?
Well, I don't know about the frumpy girl, because anything that accentuates feminine qualities in a comfortable way will be very attractive to most guys. But a frumpy gal probably attracts a frumpy guy.
You're right.
I was out
Yeah, you're right.
last night. I went out to a little diner, and I'm a people watcher.
Yeah.
And this guy came in, looked like he rolled out of bed. He was one of those big belly guys, the sweatpants, a t-shirt,
Yeah.
beard. His hair was not even combed, let alone washed. It looked like he slept on it and it was sticking out. And his wife or girlfriend walked in with him, and she pretty much looked the same way. She was in one of those cheap department store sweatsuits,
Right.
all the same color. It was bagged out. It had pills and fuzz all over it. And her hair was like long and greasy.
And you and see, but they went together.
But they went together. So
That's
they-
very interesting that you should say that. I also see this often. And I'm also a people watcher, and not for any other reason other than I'm always looking at style, and I'm always looking
And
to see
I'm always looking for stuff to talk about on the show.
okay, but I'm also always looking to see if I can help somebody. And
These two you
sometimes
couldn't have helped.
sometimes, I've been known to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Elise from Anthony Vincent Salon, and I have this for you. And I give them a gift certificate of yours. I can't help myself. And I bring them into the salon, and I change their look, and I can't help it. I have to do that sometimes because I think that I can tell when somebody's trying and they just don't know how to do it. I saw a woman the other day, and the thing is that I know that we could help her, and yet I was stunned. She was with a guy. First of all, she was wearing something. She's a very short, chubby girl, which is fine. She's short and chubby, but she was wearing something that made her look chubbier, and she was frumpy looking, and her hair was a mess, and she had no makeup on, and it was just, she was doing nothing to help herself. And yet I know she wants to help herself. I know she does. She was wearing a big sweatshirt in a funky color that it was awful. And the guy she was with, you could tell that the guy wants to be stylish, like he's trying to be, and he couldn't do it. And so this couple, she's a frump, and he was like kind of all over the place. And I couldn't help it. I gave a gift certificate because I had to, because I can tell that they really want to be exceptional and they want to be stylish, but they were missing it. They were missing the boat. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. Of course I do. Just like my couple at the restaurant the other day.
No, your couple at the restaurant the other day was beyond help, you said.
They just needed a shower. Anyway, getting back to men and first dates. The fact is that the simpler and less fussy the patterns and the cut of your clothes, the more likely he is to have a positive first impression.
You know, I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's because the clothing won't distract from the simple elegance of your female figure.
You know, that's very interesting, though. I always, whenever I'm going somewhere, I'm always in something long and lean. And that's because, I mean, that's my personal favorite, but I always make sure that it's, again, you know, black on black or denim on black and that kind of thing. And it's always something, you know, with a lean look as opposed to something poofy and flowy and, you know, I mean, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Personally, I always liked tight, short, and low cut. But that's me.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
And he looks so good in that tight, short, and low cut outfit, too. He really does.
What was that?
His muscles bulge through that short. Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right. What was I talking about? Okay. The differences between men and women.
Yeah.
Because there you go. Women, like the co-host here, passively aggressive. Passive aggressive. That's what it's called.
I am not passive aggressive.
Oh, come on. You're beating me up without throwing a single punch.
I could throw the punch if you'd like. If you'd rather.
All right. Another interesting difference between men and women. Sit down, girls. Men are not all that interested in learning about you on your first date. And if you ask him how it went, he's far more likely to give a statement about like the way it feels like to be in your present.
That's interesting. So okay. All right. So the first date, but you know what? There's not really a lot of this is who I am kind of stuff on a first date anyway. It's more chatter. You know, it's always a little uncomfortable. So it's a little bit of chatter. Hi, how are you? It's nice to meet you. That kind of thing. You know, it's better to have a cup of coffee than dinner, you know, just in case there's nothing there.
That's right. Maybe a little dessert. But, you know, women are different. And, you know, women are likely to respond to friends' questions with details. And, you know, the girls will get together the next day and ask, well, what's his occupation?
Oh, what did he look like?
Right. How many brothers does he have? How many sisters?
Did you like his shoes? Remember? There was a whole big thing.
Yeah.
I had a friend who wouldn't go out with a guy again because she didn't like his shoes. Can you imagine?
Yes, I can.
Yeah.
I personally stopped going out with a girl because her feet were too big. That was a long time ago.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
There was a Seinfeld episode where one of them didn't like it was feet. It was feet.
It was feet.
It was feet. Yeah. Something about a bad foot or something. I don't know. I don't know. A bad toe or something. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, that could happen.
Well, as far as the guy goes, he will be much more impacted by what it felt like to hang out with you.
Okay.
You know, did you just talk forever and ever where he couldn't get a word in edgewise? Did you bitch and moan about everything? Were you...
Who would bitch and moan on a first date?
Oh, they're out there.
Really?
Were you mean to the waitress when she came over?
Or was the guy mean to the waitress?
Because goes both ways.
That goes both ways, yeah.
That goes
because
both
how
ways.
you act to anybody who's serving you or anything is very telling.
That's
very
right.
telling about your personality.
That's right. Men tend to be more like here and now when it comes to relationships, and they do a lot less plotting and planning about the future than women do.
I agree. Women are more planners.
Yeah,
that is true.
That is true.
That is true. So if you're leaving it in your guy's hands to plan, don't.
That's right. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
Discuss it. Discuss
a
it.
woman loves a man who takes charge.
Oh, I have to tell you, I agree with you there.
And we hear this all the time.
But then I don't know why you don't just do it.
I am a take charge guy. Are you talking about me or the vernacular you?
I wasn't talking about you.
Crazy.
Look at how he got. It's always vernacular, Anthony.
Yeah, damn right.
So why'd you take you? You had to see the
Because
way he looked.
you looked at me when you said that.
That was fantastic.
This is a true story. My friend, I set up my friend with my other friend, and they got together, and the first 20 minutes says, well, what do you want to do? I don't know, whatever you want to do. Well, I don't care. You want to go here? You want to go there? Whatever you want to do. And it was back and forth for 20 minutes before they decided.
They were both Libras.
Before they decided.
Libras can't make up their mind.
And what she said to me is, Anthony, I just want a guy to take control and sweep me off my feet. That's all I want.
Okay.
I will do anything, but let him take charge and take control.
That also goes both ways, though. And that comes in that situation right there. That's part of communication. That happens the first time you meet somebody. Hey, you know what? This is, when you're talking about different things that you like and, likes and dislikes, because that's going to come up. Eventually, that's going to come up if you get past the first date. Mm-hmm. And those are things that, you'll talk about and you'll make decisions on. I would think that would be, if that's what you want, if that's something that you're looking for, put that out there.
That's right. And don't worry about it, because men are far less likely to read into any of the details. If he senses that you're happy and having a good time, that will go a long way towards creating a positive feel to the interactions with you on the first date. Smile.
Always smile.
Yeah.
You're never fully dressed without one.
I like that. I like that. One of the most significant ways men think differently than women shows up when they're choosing conversation topics.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Well, all right. Women like to discuss like things that are going on with friends. And some women find this kind of conversation so interesting that they have a hard time understanding just how boring it is to men.
Like what?
About my girlfriend. Yeah, she was over here, and she was talking to her boss, and her boss is such a bitch, and this is what happened to her, and so this is what she did, and she went to her friends. The guys just don't care. We don't care. But there are exceptions.
I have to say, I hear you. That's very interesting. Sometimes I'm having a conversation with you and I actually see you shut down when I'm talking to you, because I'm like talking about blah, 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 blah. That's what I think you're listening to.
Boring.
That's what I think you're hearing.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I watch you do that. That's very cool.
Guys don't enjoy conversations about what so-and-so did or said.
Well, I don't actually talk about that, but I don't gossip.
Mm-hmm.
Although you want me to sometimes. You're like, hey, this guy right here, this guy next to me, he loves that. He loves to hear a little bit of something. You got gossip, Elise?
Well, guys are most likely on a first date to be polite. If they're not, dump them. And, maybe even some guys will ask a few questions. But, try to avoid talking about people that he doesn't know.
Oh, sure. He wants to be involved. I mean, that's the whole way to create anything together. You have to be involved in what you're talking about. You both, and you don't know each other. So there's no point in discussing something that, about somebody else that he doesn't know or she doesn't know.
That's right. Be careful not to talk about problems between other people. Talk about
fun things.
Yes.
Places you'd like to go, things you'd like to see, goals.
Yeah, and does he like the same things?
Yeah, see.
A first date is actually an interview, but you don't want it to sound like an interview.
No, and don't be bitchy.
Yeah, because you're not being cool.
Yeah, don't be bitchy. Some ladies they can't help themselves. They don't realize because, they're feeling a little bit insecure. So they put up that defense mechanism and they sound a little bitchy. So make sure that you're relaxed and that you smile and, you feel light and happy. And that's really attractive. Happy is very attractive.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Need a salon that's about the whole you? Precision haircuts, flawless makeup, impeccable nails, top-rated professional hair products. Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a hairstylist who has his finger on the pulse of all the latest trends? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for a dependable salon with over 35 years in the industry? Anthony Vincent Salon. Looking for New York City and internationally trained stylists that will create the perfect look for you? Anthony Vincent Salon. Shine brightly while walking down the aisle. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a longer, thicker, beautiful hair extensions, Anthony Vincent Salon. Incredible makeup applications for weddings, proms, or any special occasions. Anthony Vincent Salon. Have dry, brittle summer hair? Get a hot shot. Anthony Vincent Salon. Before you put a ring on it, manicure it. Anthony Vincent Salon. Your image is their specialty. For the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Anthony Vincent Salon. For a more beautiful you, call now 609-448-2212 and follow them on Twitter.
I'm Anthony Vincent of Anthony Vincent Salon. Time for another fun and fabulous beauty tip with our tip chick. And here she is.
Got lashes? Come and get them. Thick, full, and flirty. Individual plumes introduced to your own. No need for anything else. Bat away. Say hello to beautiful.
Email us now from AnthonyVincentSalon.com. Remember, for the 150,000 hairs on your head, there's only one choice. Call us now at 609-448-2212. You'll be glad you did. If you're just joining us now, your favorite salon is now your favorite radio show.
Because we make you healthier, wealthier, and sexier every time you listen.
Tune in to us. I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise, and we are Trend Radio.
And Trend Radio is talking about some sex trick. And Trend Radio knows a few sex tricks that work best in the wintertime.
Ooh.
That's right. It's easy to feel sexy when the sun is shining and there are fewer items of clothing that you are wearing.
I think it's always easy to feel sexy, especially when the chill happens. But let's see what we can do to make it even sexier.
All righty. Some couples, their sex lives take a nosedive the minute the temperature drops.
Really?
Yeah.
That's just silly.
Some people, they walk outside, they shiver. They walk in the house. If it's not 90 degrees in the house, they're trembling.
I never wanted to be 90 degrees in the house. That's funny.
Snuggling under a blanket is always welcome, but the effort it can take to warm up, to get in the mood for a little something, is not always worth the trouble. It's too damn cold.
Absolutely.
Well, lucky for us, there are certain sex tricks that were made for winter loving.
Okay, let's hear them.
So, brew up some hot tea, grab a pair of knee-high socks, and get ready to embark on the most exciting and sexy season of your life.
Okay, then.
First thing you want to do is wear socks for a better orgasm.
You know what? I think you're right. And you know what? There are such sexy, cute ones out there. Thigh highs.
Oh.
Thigh highs are just hot. They are absolutely hot. And leave them on, ladies. Nothing to be ashamed of there. They're just hot. They're sexy.
Yeah,
and they
not the short little black ones that you see in those movies with the guy in the trench coat.
Even the long cream-colored ones. They're just hot. They're sexy. They're beautiful. And, you leave them on. And if you're getting a little bit, warm, let him take them off.
Ooh. Wow. You know, the emphasis during that wintertime should be on wearing that pair of warm knee-high socks, those thigh-high stockings. I'm just thinking about that. I like that. You know, anything that'll make your feet feel warm and toasty.
Absolutely. And still look hot.
But why?
Why what?
Well, why wear these knee-high socks? Because
Okay.
there's actually a scientific explanation for that.
Okay, what is that?
It is scientifically proven that when a woman's feet are warm, she has a better chance of reaching an orgasm.
Oh.
So
Okay.
says Dr. Rob Alex at missiondatenight.com.
Interesting.
Now, as you said, not only are these thigh highs super sexy, but they also get those Tootsie warmed up enough to make the experience very pleasurable.
Very, very hot.
Now, also, here's another fun trick to play on your partner. You brew up a cup of that tea, you carry it into the den, and he'll think you're preparing to spend a cozy night on the couch, when in fact, you take a drink, you swoosh that hot tea around in your mouth, and give your partner the warmest experience of his life. That warm feeling is both great for men and women, says Dr. Alex.
I believe it.
It can get you warmed up pretty quickly on a cold winter's night.
Very, very hot.
Now, make that tea peppermint.
Oh, and you tingle too.
Apparently, tea is the winter gift that keeps on giving.
Love it.
Drinking that peppermint tea will give a tingly sensation that will drive him wild, says Dr. Jess Astroglide.
Dr. Astroglide, why
Yes,
not? Of course.
resident sexologist.
I
And
hear it.
one last thing, leave those blinds open.
Oh, let the sun shine in.
That's right. Not only will it enhance the exciting feelings, because what would happen if somebody walked by and caught you doing it?
Oh, well, that's room for a little blush and a little heat and a little warmth.
Dr. Jess says having sex in the winter with the blinds open and that sun streaming through can change your body's chemistry.
Absolutely.
Testosterone levels may be lower in the winter, but a little sunlight can help invigorate your drive.
I can't say I couldn't agree with that more. Absolutely.
You've been listening to Trend Radio, where we talk about what's hot every Saturday morning, 10 a.m. You want more? Go right to our website, 920thejersey.com. Click on demand and scroll down directly to us.
And if you have a topic of interest you want us to discuss, or you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us now at trendradio920@gmail.com. You'll be glad you did.
And remember, your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card.
But how you make people feel, well, that becomes your trademark.
I'm Anthony Vincent.
And I'm Elise.
We'll talk to you next week.
Bye for now.